Howdy, my name is Clouds, and this is my 1-year anniversary for YouTube, which is pretty cool. And the first thing I want to say is thank you to all 67 of my subscribers. I'm not going to call you out like individually. I know some people, they like to lurk. Like some people, they comment on the videos very often. Some other people will like a video. And then there's other people who are just like hanging back in the bushes watching from afar, which I have no problem with. I too am someone who lurks in the bushes and watches videos, and so there's nothing wrong with that. But for when the first video I uploaded was a commentary of an Aftermath map, which is my personal favorite DLC, and I wanted to get some Aftermath gameplay, hopefully, and I was able to find a server running a mix of DLC maps on PS3, but I can't use that footage because I'm going to show you some examples here. It has some visual glitches. I think this is because I use a very budget computer. So it's like not good enough to, do all this recording flawlessly. But there's a couple things I want to note. I was killed by this guy. You'll see on his dog tags, he has over 5,000 mobile artillery kills. When I saw this, I dropped my controller and I was like, what? Like, I thought I have like probably, 160 or 150 mobile artillery kills. That took me hours to get. So for someone to get 5,000, this guy is like on the leaderboards for the world in mobile artillery kills. This, I don't know. It took the words out of my mouth. I don't understand, does he enjoy the mobile artillery gameplay, like sitting and then shooting rockets? It's, in my opinion, it's not that fun. Or did he just figure, I want to be able to get on the leaderboard somehow, and the only way I can do that is get mobile artillery kills, because, there's not a whole lot of competition. There's not a whole lot of people using the mobile artillery kills. But, yeah, quite an achievement. And something else, I told you my recording, it got a lot of visual glitches. It cut recording like halfway through the round. And you'll never believe me, I was not able to capture this. I was not able to record this. But as I was playing, there was a point where I kind of wandered towards the outskirts of the map because I was under the impression that the enemy team had a radio beacon. So I wanted to investigate, try to find that. And as I'm looking around, I see this Blueberry support player running up to me. It takes him about 10 seconds. I'm just standing there watching, like, what is this guy doing? He stops right in front of me. He stares at me for about 3 seconds, and then he drops an ammo box and scurries off. I know no one's gonna believe this, because like, yeah, right, you happen to see a support player who is playing his role. I don't believe that. This is basically the equivalent of saying you ran into I can't say the Yeti's name. The snow monkey who like walks like a human, the abominable snowman, or the Sasquatch. This is basically saying you saw the monkey man walk right up to you. I don't know what the equivalent is of a support giving an ammo box. A Sasquatch feeding me his Sasquatch prey. And me not recording it. It's like, yeah, right, Clouds. We totally believe you. But I swear to God it happened. I swear. Yeah, but I have no proof, so. You will have to take my word for that. But I will say I am an honorable person. So please believe me. Now, I also want to give a little bit of a channel update. Oh, one other thing. So when I went back, I was very frustrated that the recording was messed up. So I used the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable, and I was never able to figure out how to use it without connecting to the PC. I eventually figured out how to do it, and I went back to the server the next day. Thankfully, it was populated some, and I was able to get another gameplay on Azadi Palace, which is not all glitched up. But it's so good, I don't want to use it as just like background for this channel update. I want to properly break it down. So instead, the background gameplay will be Call of Duty. I know, don't get offended. I personally sometimes enjoy Call of Duty. I will admit that. It's not the perfect game, but you know, it's okay. And in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, there's something called the Dark Matter camo. What you have to do is, for each gun, you get either 100 headshots or 100 one-hit kills, you know, for like snipers and shotguns. Then you unlock more camo challenges, and most of them are pretty simple, but one of the hard ones is to get 5 kills in 1 life, which for weapons like the snipers and the knife, it's quite difficult. And the way it works is, you complete all the challenges for 1 gun, you get gold. You complete all the challenges for 1 weapon class, and then you get all those weapons diamond camo. And then you get every weapon class diamond camo, and you unlock dark matter camo. It's quite an achievement. It took me several days to finish, but I quite like it. It's purple, and I would say purple is probably my favorite color, so yeah, I quite like it. And this is some gameplay that I got with it. It just, I don't know, Call of Duty, it's not like a well, I guess it can be strategic, but for public Call of Duty gameplay, it's just like, are you on the good team? Well, spam score streaks to decimate the enemy team. That's basically it. So, I don't really have much to say about it. But, yeah, that is the background gameplay. So, on to the channel update. First off, I will be building a PC. I'm in the process of doing that. And just to let you know right off the bat, I'm not going to switch to PC and just stop playing the PS3 and the PS4. For my channel, I plan to have a mix of PC and PlayStation gameplay. So, don't worry, I'm not abandoning the PlayStation community. And in addition to that, I plan to have a more consistent upload schedule. With my current PC, it's so difficult to not only record videos, but render them. It's a very difficult process, but with a new computer, I hope to be able to make more videos, render them more quickly, and upload more frequently. So you can look forward to that. And I also want to try live streaming. Never done it before. Don't know how soon I'll be able to do that, but I will leave a link to my Twitch channel in the description, and you can go check that out. No guarantees though, but you know, I'll try to figure out something like that. Next update, I probably will try to add some other games to the channel, but this is still going to be mainly a Battlefield channel. Small update, I don't know what kind of games I'll play. Maybe some other multiplayer games like Uncharted 4 or Last of Us or Overwatch. I don't know. I'll see what I find fun. But like I said, this is still going to be mainly a Battlefield channel, and that means even if I do some other games, when Battlefield 1 comes out, I'm basically only going to do Battlefield 1 videos. I'm going all in for Battlefield 1. Starting my channel, I started it in 2015, and I started by covering Battlefield 4. And at that time, Battlefield 4 was already 2 years old, so I think that has something to do with the slow growth of my channel, because covering a game that's 2 years old, it's not the best way to grow your channel. So I hope for Battlefield 1, I hope it will help me grow my channel, because I think it'll help. I think it will. And just the types of videos that I'm planning to do are round breakdowns, my personal favorite, just looking at the round and seeing what I could have done better, what my team could have done better, what the enemy team could have done better. You know, just interesting rounds to look at. I also want to do weapon reviews / guides. I know these are sort of, some people consider them like played out, but I find them interesting to make. Although I've only made one, but like that's because I had a bad computer. I also want to make Rush map guides, assuming Rush is in Battlefield 1, which I hope it is. If it isn't, oh god, please help. I don't think they would take Rush out though. Also, general tactics videos and some news videos. I'm a small channel, and you know, there's people who cover Battlefield and have like 1 million subscribers, so they're flown out to LA or whatever. They get all the exclusive footage and news, and people love news videos. I would say news videos are probably the most popular types of videos. Yeah, and if you have any other suggestions for what type of videos you want to see when Battlefield 1 comes out, let me know. I am open to suggestions. And then the last part of this update is I want to get better, you know, and that does include like the quality of the videos. Like I'm uploading 720 videos. I want to, you know, with this new computer, hopefully upload 1080p 60 FPS videos. But I also want to like work on being a better commentator, which, you know, I want to work on my enunciation. Some people have criticized me, you know, I'm too monotone or slightly boring, and I don't want to like completely switch up my style, so I'm like, whoa, hey guys, smash the like button, whoa! Just comment down in the comment section below to leave a comment in your comment section, to leave comments, and hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, hit the favorite button, hit the like button. I'm not going to completely change my style, you know, I am sort of a, you know, sometimes I can be moderately humorous, but I am also, I don't know, I am soft-spoken. I don't want to completely change that, but I also, you know, I want to get better. Sometimes I'm not very well-spoken. I will admit that. So, sometimes, even right now, my train of thought is like, where am I going? I don't know. But my plan is, if I make commentaries more frequently, I will get better at them, because it's like practice, and the more you do something, the better you will get at it, you know? One thing it's so weird, when I set up to record commentaries, I will admit this, I personally get nervous. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, and I'm not talking in front of someone, you know what I mean? But I don't know, it's difficult to explain. I want to get less nervous, get more well-spoken, you know, just become better. So that's my last little goal, I guess you could say. And yeah. Anyway, on to the Azadi Palace breakdown, part 2, the Electric Boogaloo. Let's go. Right, so on to the breakdown of the second round of Azadi Palace Conquest. Look at that. Look at the rules. Number 5, no beacon trap. What does that mean? I still have no clue what a beacon trap is. Anyway, first thing to note, I am playing Recon. For the Russians on this side, there's a very, I mean, you can do it for the Americans, but it's not as advantageous. There's sort of a cute position you can use and put your radio beacon. Now, I don't know if I'm the first person to think of this. I'm probably not, because it's not that complicated. You sort of run, you go out of bounds for like just a split second, and then you hide the beacon in this little crevice. Dude, no one is finding this. Look at this spot. That is beautiful. I'm gonna cut some of the gameplay here, because basically what happens is the enemy team gets spawn trapped very quickly. I get some kills in the Rhino. We're beating them so badly, I drive over to the beach just to like, I want to give them some breathing room, you know, just to see if they can like fight back. They do a little bit, I go get some more kills, but then they're not really making much progress, so I go to chill and reflect at the beach for a second time. Okay, so now I am back at the beach for the second time. And I gotta say, this is a pretty map. I really like this clouds, or not this sky, this cloudscape. That's correct grammar. There you go, clouds. Yeah, I gotta say, looks pretty nice. As you can see, the entire enemy team is a negative. We're up by 200 tickets. I'm like, this is dumb, dude. Oh, right here. I have no idea where this, I heard that, the sniper, it makes like a, psh. So I was like, okay, you know what? This is dumb. And just like my first video that I ever made, I put on the big boy pants. Because, look, the enemy team, they have no chance. I'm not going to sit here and spawn camp. That's so dumb. They outnumber us basically by 2 because for most of this game, I did nothing. And I'm just sitting there. And they're still losing. Someone quits. I can finally switch teams. You saw 2 people quit on the enemy team. They need me. So I'm going to switch teams. Here we go. Alright, who am I with? I am with Juliana and Andre. We're not in a good position. And you'll see here, what am I? Yeah, I figured I'd switch to engineer because for this map, that's really necessary. Whole lot of enemy vehicles. And if I remember correctly, I don't stay on Alpha for very long. Well, maybe I do to take out this tank. What do I do here? Oh, I'm using the MTAR. I gotta say, I love the MTAR. Dude, something I prefer about Battlefield 3 to Battlefield 4. The hip fire is so damn good on Battlefield 3. But I switched to this support kit because I figured maybe I can get some C4 on this tank. But one of my teammates does that for me. So, can't really do anything. I figure I'm not going to stay on Alpha. I need to push further back and get some other flag. So if I remember correctly, I'm heading to C flag. Now something that you can do is to head all the way back to the enemy team's gimme flag, which is what you call the flag that's right outside their spawn. The reason I don't do that is because for this map, you only want to hold A, B, and C. Because for Conquest, you need to have a majority of the flags to have the ticket bleed in your favor. And it's far easier to hold A, B, and C than, I don't know, D, E, and C, or D, E, and B. Because just the way the map is structured, A, B, and C are moderately close together, and then there's that big road dissecting the map into 2 halves, and then D and E are on the other halves. So for this map, I don't think going for D and E is really that worth it. Alright, so took C. Where am I headed now? Headed to, probably, wow, they're taking C already. You'll see this, oh, I make a mistake here. I could have easily snuck up and C4 these guys, but I forgot that I had C4. Because, I spawned in as a engineer rather than a support. I picked this guy's kit up, so I forgot. Would have been so cheeky if I got a C4 kill. That would have been a double. That would have been quite nice. But I abandoned C. Head over to Alpha to help my teammates. See this sniper. You'll see here, this guy's kit, I really do not like the zoom scopes on anything other than maybe sniper rifles. But yeah. Alpha's being taken. I can hear beeps of recon kits, so I'm spotted and I get knifed. Who is this? Joe Banana. This guy, I'll tell you this, I meet him a couple times, and the next time I meet him, I'll tell you what's going on with him, because he's quite an interesting character, I will say. Now see right here, my team is doing great. We don't have all the flags, but we're about to have all the flags, so we have really turned it around right here. What am I doing here? Look, in a second here, Joe Banana swings right by me. He was going for another knife kill. I will say, I admire him to not switch to his gun. Bad gunplay by me there. And I don't know if in-game I had figured this out, but there's clearly a spawn beacon in that building. Pretty clearly, because I could hear beeps coming from that area. See here, I spawn on D. Now I know I said D and E you don't really care. You shouldn't really care about them. But when you hold all flags and you see the enemy taking D, yeah, I think it's worth going to try to keep D flag. Nobody's over here. That's good. Just walking around. Not really much to commentate on here because nothing's really happening. I see the enemy is again taking Alpha, and that should be very obvious. There's definitely a spawn beacon back there because how else are they over there? Heading to E, I think. Again, I know I said E doesn't matter, but when you're over here, you know, not all rules are 100% in stone. I know I said ignore D and E, but when this is the only flag you're nearby, you know, it's worth going for. You know, right then, this would have been a good time to put some mines outside the enemy spawn, but I didn't think of it at the time. I know it's kind of, I don't know if you would consider that underhanded to put mines right outside an enemy's spawn area. I guess you could consider it kind of unsportsmanlike, but it is a very strong tactic, and I would recommend doing it. Now see here, we've wasted a lot of time on D&E, and the enemy team is taking A, B, and C, so they can very quickly have the bleed back in their favor. So, yeah, I definitely would say it's kind of a mistake for me and my team to head over to D&E, and you know, I'll admit it, that was a bad play by me. I think I eventually get taken out here. Yeah, I'm on 7 HP, I'm getting surrounded. It's so dark, I can't see anything. And while I was goofing off over at D and E, the enemy team has taken A, B, and C. So, yeah, that's not good. I switched to Recon. Now, I do think Engineer is it's probably the best class for this map, but considering that my team was kind of easily getting pushed off A, B, and C, I wanted to have a beacon near one of these flags so it wouldn't get spawn trapped. And I'll see an enemy vehicle here. I can't do nothing but look at the kill feed. I think, if I remember correctly, somebody gets some mine kills on that guy. No? There it is. I remembered, and you can, there you go, my squad mate, Igor. Check out this. This isn't super far out of the area with the spawn beacon placement, but it's a very good spawn beacon placement because no one really goes over there, and they're not going to hear the beacon beeping. And you'll see right here another tactic that I like to use. I am putting the MAV on the flag before I get to it, so I can kind of, you know, scout out the area, maybe see an enemy or two, and then when I put it there, it acts as a motion sensor. So if anyone walks up to this flag, I'm gonna know where they are before they know where I am. So pretty good tactic, that MAV tactic. See here, the MK5, I know some people love the MK5, but I don't know, I feel like when you haven't used a gun a ton, sometimes you're slightly not as good as you could be. Oh, look here, I'm heading to Alpha, and I get in this, what is this, the Barsuk. Now, see with the Barsuk, The thing is, they can get disabled in one hit, so you don't want to like stay in them, but it's with the automatic machine gun, it's very good to just pop in, get a kill or two, and then get out, because you're very vulnerable because the gunners are exposed on those vehicles. So I don't like to stay in them too long, but you know, get a few kills with them, then bail out. You'll see here how bad I am with MK5. I don't know. It's got very strong horizontal recoil to the left and right. It's pretty rough. And it's one of those guns, some guns, you know, they tend to go more to the left or the right. For the MK5 is one of those guns that it can equally go as far left as it does right. So it's very difficult to compensate the horizontal recoil. And yeah, I don't know. Like the MTAR, it's mostly to the right, so it's a little bit easier for me to use. But you know, the MK5 is pretty good. See here, I hope I eventually find this spawn beacon, because I remember... Yeah, teammate saves that tank. Good job, teammate. You know, see here, we're losing by hundreds of tickets, but again, we have the bleed in our favor, so we're doing pretty good. What, did I miss that enemy? Wow. I swear I just saw an enemy in game. I must have not seen him. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I can barely see that guy. Only the very top of his head is exposed. Do I find this beacon? I remember this. This guy was waiting, guarding the beacon, which, to be fair, is a moderately good tactic. You're surrounded by the enemy. It's fairly obvious someone will discover the beacon. So, you know, fair play to him. I'm not going to complain about him camping. You know, camping is a valid tactic. So, no harm done, Canadian. See here. Wow, bad with the MK5. I can't show you because the gameplay was glitched, but the first round of Azadi that I played, I was using the MTAR, and I was getting some sick, not long-range hipfire kills, but sort of like medium-range hipfire kills. And it's weird because I looked it up, and the MTAR has a drop, its damage drop-off starts sooner than the MK5. So I guess it's just a recoil thing for me, so, you know, being able to kill people quickly with hip fire, because I don't know, or maybe I just need to use the MK5 more, because I honestly don't use it as much as the MTAR. But you'll see I don't make the mistake of going for E like I did earlier. I'm just like, okay, if they have E and D, just let them have that, because I have a feeling the enemy team is going to flank us, because this enemy team, they're fairly decent. You know, I mean, they did have, this Russian team did have the American team spawn trapped for quite some time. So, you know, I'm just being wary. I'm thinking, anytime now, we're going to start to see like A or B or C flashing. Right here, I'm just walking around trying to find somebody, maybe flanking to B. Don't see anything. What do I do here? They're taking D. Not a big deal, because like I said, I'm going to just leave that there. I'm going to the MAV. Okay. Maybe spot out some targets. I'm putting... Okay, so I'm putting it on Alpha. I figured, like I said, a very common tactic is to head to the enemy team's gimme flag. Because if you do that, it forces the enemy team to head backwards, and then your other teammates can move forward. So if a Russian player was to head... Look at how bad I am with the MK5. Look at this. This guy he's a sneaky hopper, but I got him. I got him eventually. See now, and like I said, if a player goes to one of the gimme flags, it causes the other team to have to choose between the front line or heading back to get their gimme flag. So it's a very good tactic a lot of the time. Although these guys seem to be heading to C flag. And Joe Banana, he wasn't on the C flag. He was waiting in a door for someone to walk by so he could knife them. I'll tell you right now, this guy goes knife only for the entire round. And let's play a little game. I want you to guess how many knife kills this guy gets. Gets more knife kills than you would expect. I will say that. Also, I want to shout out myself. I guessed correctly. The enemy team went for Alpha, so you know, I was pretty smart. I don't want to. It's not a super complicated thing to guess, but I did pretty good. This guy here, I think he had C4 laid out, waiting for someone to come by. Which is, I don't know, it's a decent tactic. Although I would say it didn't look like he had his gun up. So if you're gonna wait, if you have a C4 trap laid out, maybe have your gun up, and then if, you know, a tank rolls by, switch to your C4 clicker. I don't know what you call it. And you'll see, I'm the only one here on Alpha. I don't know where my team is, but you see Juliana getting mortar kills, or trying to get mortar kills. Not the most helpful thing to do right now. Although, I don't know, maybe Juliana is doing a camo challenge or something, so, and I can't complain too much because I also did that. We're really in a bad spot here. Tying the bleed. Oh my god. There's like 3 enemies. I have horrible aim. Now would be a good time to have a rocket as an engineer class to shoot down at those guys. But these guys know where I am now. Thankfully, Juliana looks like they're... Oh, they just got killed by the Phoenix. Great. One other enemy nearby. They know I'm in here. They're throwing grenades. I also know the Phoenix probably has an idea I'm in here. I'm on the minimap now. I'm getting shot by the Phoenix. And this is such... Oh, this is a rough spot. And I make a bad play here. I'm slowly... I should have had my sights up because I was not ready for this. This guy's waiting for me, which is a good play by him to not rush up, but rather to play defensively. I should have had my gun up. That was a really tough spot though, because if I peek over the corner, the Phoenix is going to see me. You'll see now, I think I switched to engineer, but it might be too little, too late. Oh no, I go back to recon. I will say though, you'll see the enemy vehicles have been quite a thorn in our side, so... Yeah, here comes another vehicle. Does he run into the mines, though? Oh, no, he doesn't. I take him out, though. Canadian. But yeah, we're down on 37 tickets. Doesn't look that great for us. Oh, I remember this. This was such... I don't want to blame my team, but this was a horrible fail. I see Alpha's being taken, and I have like 2 teammates on B, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to leave B and go to save Alpha, because I got like 2 teammates near Bravo. But look at this. As I head over to save Alpha... Who is this? Joe Banana. He's running with his knife. Good for him. You'll see B flag has been abandoned by my teammates. No one went for it. So I'm like, oh my god, I gotta go back for this. And now a tank is on B flag. And I'm still recon, so there's nothing I can do about this. I'm currently the only one on my team on a flag. And again, I don't want to, like, constantly blame and complain. But that was a really... It kind of showed you, like, how bad this team is. I don't know. Don't want to complain constantly, but... Heading over to Alpha. I mean, at this point, we only have 5 tickets. The bleed is against us. We have lost this game, but you know what? I can hold my head high because I think this shows the type of player I am. For me, this game, it's not about, you'll see I go 36-6. Not bad. MVP. Put the team on my back. For me, it's not about spawn camping. Like, I could have stayed on the Russian team, spawn camped the Americans. I probably would have finished flawlessly. I was already on a 12 kill streak. Just a casual 12 streak. But, you'll see here, the gameplay, this was not me cutting the gameplay. My Avermedia, I don't know, I was doing everything right, and it just randomly cut off, so I don't know. But I'm going to pull up the battle report on battle log, so you can see. Shout out to some of my teammates. Shout out to I Love Lesbians. They did fairly well, you know. My squad as a whole did decent, so I don't know. Actually, my entire team, even though I am frustrated they played poorly, I will say to all the people who didn't quit, even though we're getting our asses beat, thank you. As far as I'm concerned, you are better than the enemy team because you stuck with it. And, you know, if you remember, they outnumbered us at the beginning. Someone could have switched teams to the winning team, but if I remember correctly, nobody did that. So, even though we lost, good job, team. I salute you. Oh, Joe Banana. Did you guess how many knife kills he got? Put your answers down. No cheating. He got 9, which, you know, if you're going knife only, that's moderately impressive. He got 10 kills total. Lord knows what the other kill was. I do not know. Maybe he threw a grenade, or as he was knifing someone had an enemy player had a grenade in his hand, and then he dropped it and became his grenade, and that blew up and killed somebody. I don't know, but even though it was frustrating to have someone take my dog tags twice, I will say to go knife only, get 9 kills. Yeah, I mean, he went negative, but good for him. And, yeah, as I was saying before, even though I lost, it was still it was a moderately fun round, and not to repeat myself, but to just end on, you know, a constructive note. For me, Battlefield, it's not about spawn camping bad players to just, you know, show how elite you are because the teams are balanced in your favor and you're just beating up on players who are not as good as you in public games. I mean, if you can do that against, like, players of the same caliber as you in, like, I don't know, competitive, then by all means do that. But for public games, for me, it's not about that. I would rather have a game where I lose but fight hard than to have a game where I win and it's just an absolute steamroll. So, yeah. And I am very happy that I was able to play Aftermath because it's so rare to play Aftermath in this day and age. It is 2016. Battlefield 3 came out in 2011. Not a whole lot of people play this game still. So, I mean, honestly, at this point, most of the time I still go into empty Aftermath servers and just goof around because something I find interesting to do in Battlefield 3 Rush, if you destroy all the MCOMs, the map boundaries go away and you can do some interesting stuff. You can go, like, really far. And something cool to do, or something I think is cool to do, is at a certain point you will fall off the map and you will just continually fall into oblivion. It gets pretty spooky. Your player model glitches. I don't know what would happen if you, like, because eventually I always quit out of the server as I'm falling because I'm like, whoa, man, this is too spooky. I don't know what's gonna happen. Because I don't know what like, eventually, I don't know, would your PlayStation, like, destroy itself? Maybe? I don't know. But, yeah, I always quit out. But, so, you know, I suggest doing that because, you know, it's moderately fun. And yeah. So anyway, I know it's been a long video, but just want to say thank you to every one of you who has subscribed. Thanks. I really appreciate that. So yeah. Thanks. Bye.